So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you guys like the strudel? Not the show. The show was awesome. The actual pastry itself.
I like the strudel.
Yeah,
It's better than
probably.
Kirk's supermarket strudel.
Why you gotta be? Wow.
That's not
Edit.
asking much, right?
No, I'm not even gonna edit. I'm gonna leave that right there. I mean, it is Vienna. This is where it comes from. It's got to be better, right?
Well, you asked.
They have been working on it for over 300 years.
Kirk's come a close second.
Disclaimer: this has not my personal thoughts and views at all reflected in this video. Just a disclaimer. Nor are we sponsored by either of those. Definitely not sponsored by one of them.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, so to be honest, I'm not a big fan of fruit type pastries, so I didn't like it that much because the apple was very strong. It's not that it didn't taste good, it's just it's not my preference, but it was good. So I recommend it. I recommend trying, especially if you like fruit in your pastries. That's just not my thing. So our taxi driver just found out that we're from the Cayman Islands, and his question was, "You must be rich." No, we're not. Actually, you know, the interesting thing is we work in financial welfare, so we assist less fortunate people, you know, with their finances and stuff. So I think the Cayman has a reputation that everyone there is rich, and it's a very comfortable country for the most part, but you still has its struggles and stuff. You know? Like everywhere. But it's a.
I think you don't sleep on the bed, you sleep on the money.
That's my kind of bed. I need to start cutting all my mattresses.
Do you know, this is not a joke. In the 50s, yes, when the Arabs, Saudi Arabia or Dubai or so, yes, get rich because they found in the oil, the old sheikhs have under the bed the dollars, millions of dollars, and the rats, the rats come and eat the dollars. In the 50s, really.
Too much money.
It's not lie, yes. They have no idea from the banks and so, you know, they are old people, have nothing, no idea. And the best thing is under the bed.
That's like Pablo Escobar in Colombia, where he buried money and they don't even know where the money is buried. There's so much of it. No, not in Cayman. Won't we bury our bills? That's too funny. But I will say the interesting thing is, you know, we're talking about the perception that Cayman is that everyone in Cayman is rich, but in the meantime we're driving in a Mercedes taxi.
Yes. Do you know why? Because this is the best car. Because you can drive 500,000 kilometers with the car. No problem. Yes.
Nice.
When I started, yes, I'm in pension, I'm retired. I drive only on Saturday, Sunday, that my wife don't go on my nerves. Because it's not possible to stay.
He loves you. He really loves you.
It's not possible to stay the whole week at home. And when I started in 1965, I started to drive a taxi. There was old Mercedes 190 and 180. Yes, they drive more than 1 million kilometers.
Wow.
Really.
Wow.
It's the third engine, yes. But it's not the new engine. They repair the engine after 500,000 kilometers. Repair the engine. Then he drive 800,000, repair it again, and then over 1 million. But the third repair, it's finished. Then you must take a new engine.
And the same body.
But the same car.
That's
the same car.
Not sponsored by Mercedes, but this definitely is a good Mercedes plug-in here.
It's no more so good than 40, 50 years ago, but it's also the best.
Mercedes is German, right? German made. Does Austria have its own any vehicles that's local to Austria, or?
We have no. It's not allowed for us.
Really?
After the Second World War, before we built cars in Austria, but after the Second World War, the Four Nations was in Austria. the Russian, the French, the English, and the American. And 1955 we became freedom after 10 years. And in the contract, in the freedom contract, then it's not allowed for us to build cars.
Interesting. I guess Germany didn't want a competition.
Germany is another thing, but in Austria it was not allowed for us. That is in the contract. Yes.
Wow.
And I must, if you're allowed, I must tell you a joke. Yesterday I heard a funny joke, if you're allowed. Yes?
Oh yeah,
My English is not so perfect, but I try.
Okay.
In Texas, on a golf resort, 3 plastic surgeons sitting in the coffee house, drinking coffee, speak together, and one of them said, "I'm thinking I'm the greatest." And the other say, "Why?" They say, "Some weeks ago they bring me a man, he lose 8 fingers. I put him the fingers on the hand again, and next week he give you a piano concert at the Queen." And the second said, "This is nothing. They bring me a man without arms and without legs. I do the best what I can, and last week he win the gold medal at the Olympic Games." And the third said, "This is nothing." A cowboy was riding with his horse against a train. He was completely destroyed. Only the ass of the cowboy and the mane of the horse was there. I do the best what I can and put all my fantasy in, and now he's the president of America.
Your English is good.
A good joke. Yeah. It's a nice joke.
That's funny.
Sound like you love it.
Do you know what is the name of a witch in the desert? I tell you, sandwich.
Those are my jokes right there. You know that, right? Those are my jokes.
And so, if you're allowed, and I hope your wife is not angry, yes? But it's a joke for the ladies. 2 girlfriends drinking coffee, speak together. Suddenly one of them say, "Hey Susie, I had a special question to you." And the girlfriend said, "Yes, ask me. We are friends so many years." He said, "Please tell me, if you get an orgasm, some seconds before, 2-3 seconds before, do you told your husband that you are coming?" And the girlfriend said, "Oh no, he don't like that I call him so often on the telephone at the company." This is a shame. This is a shame.
Man, it's hard to choose who's the best taxi driver in Vienna.
Yes, we have 80% immigrants.
Really?
On taxi. Yes, it's a big problem. They have no idea where you can go. They go with the Navi system, yes. But you cannot go to each daytime also the main route, yes. It's too much traffic in the rush hour. You have go a little under another route. They don't know that.
So you said there's 80% immigrants here
on taxi.
Really? So the majority are immigrants.
We have 8 million inhabitants in Austria, and 2 million immigrants.
Wow.
25%. Yeah, it's more than enough.
We're the majority of the
yeah.
crowd.
Pardon?
We're
From all over the world, but the last 4 or 5 years comes from Arab. The Arabs from Syria, then from Chechnya, they are terrible. Then from Turkey, they are also crazy, and the Arabs, yes.
Anybody from Jamaica?
No,
Any Jamaicans? No?
Maybe.
Because you know Jamaicans are everywhere.
That's good.
I'm originally Jamaican.
You're
but, you know,
Jamaican, that's good.
originally, yeah.
This is
But
good.
we're from the Cayman Islands right now.
Jamaica,
Yeah. But
Jamaica,
but you find Jamaicans everywhere.
They have good football players from Jamaica.
Yeah. And runners.
We have some. Yeah, the runners, they're the best. The best. Yeah.
Maybe,
Do I know? These are not bad people. The bad people comes from the eastern part of Europe. Yes.
Here's the question though, because what I find is that sometimes you have a lot of times people who migrate, not all the time, but sometimes people who migrate aren't always the best example of the country, and so you get a negative impression of people from that country because the ones you're interacting with aren't necessarily,
not,
you know?
Correct. Yeah. Mostly not the good coming to us, the bad coming to us. This is my favorite building, but they don't let me in. This is the Mint, Austria.
Is it because you're black?
The government printed here the money.
Why don't they let you in? Is it because we're black?
If you're allowed another funny joke, but madam, please don't be angry before you heard the end of the joke, yes? A man and his wife, 80 years old, come to the ladies' doctor. The doctor says, what can I do for you? And the man says, Mr. Doctor, we want a baby. And the doctor says, no, this is not possible. And the man says, yes, my wife wanted. The doctor says, don't forget how old you are. And the man says, yes, this old I say to my wife, but if my wife wanted, she do that. And the doctor says, wait a moment, this is not so easy if you mean. Go to the table, come back with an empty pill box and say, so, here you put in your sperm, then we tested your sperm, and then we're looking if it's possible that you make a baby. Okay, 3 days later, the man and his wife standing at the doctor again. The doctor says, what's going on? The man says, Mr. Doctor, I tried with the right hand, I tried with the left hand, nothing. Then I put on gloves, nothing. Then my wife tried with the right hand, then with the left hand, then with the mouth, then with teeth, then without teeth. We cannot open the pill box. That's the reason why I say, please ma'am, don't be angry before you heard the end of
Why these dirty-minded people getting the wrong idea? I knew what he was going all along. I had no doubts.
Everybody's thinking the same, no? That comes, we cannot open the box.
Wow.
And I say, I'm tired, I'm retired, I'm in pension. That my wife don't go on my nerves. A beautiful Sunday. The church is full with people. The preacher wants to start his preaching. Suddenly it comes darkness, thunder and lightning, and it smells like sulfur. When the air is clear, the people saw the devil stands in the church by himself. They saw that, spring up, cry and run out. 2 minutes later, the whole church is empty. Only in the first row, sitting the old Mr. Miller and do nothing. When the devil saw, he's wondering that Mr. Miller is the one and only sitting in the church and is not running away. And he say to him, you don't know where I am? And Mr. Miller said, yes, I know you, you are the devil. And the devil say, you are not afraid if you saw me and run away like the others? And Mr. Miller say, oh no, I'm not afraid. I'm 40 years married with your sister. And if you're allowed, there's another one like this. 2 men sitting in a bar drinking whiskey. After a while, they speak together, speak also about women, and one of them say, oh, my wife, she is an angel. And the other man say, oh, you must be a lucky guy, mine is still alive. A little mistake. a little mistake.
Where are these women from? You sound like
my wife
horrible women.
also from. But my wife must come to heaven, really. when she is 56 years married with me, she must come to me.
Strong woman.
No, she is an angel, really. Really,
That's awesome. That's good. 50 how many years?
56 years.
Married.
I'm married.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations to my wife. that she is married. Can you imagine the first 10 years when I was married? I wasn't at home. It was not at home.
Wow.
Only in the night, maybe.
Because of work?
It was the golden time of the taxi business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a chemical engineer, and my uncle has a taxi business. And when I was young, married, had a little baby, and I need money. Yes, and I drive on the weekend. I drive at my uncle on the taxi, and that was the golden time. If you don't look how many hours you work, you have an income like a director from a big company.
Wow.
Really. The people have no cars. At 12 in the evening, no tram, no bus, nothing. Yes? The people, if they want to go home, they must take a taxi. Yeah? And so it was the flower power time, if you heard from the flower power.
Yeah. The hippies.
The ladies jump in the car. It was incredible.
Wait, before you go any further, do you mind if this is on YouTube? Don't say anything.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was the flower power time. Oh God. So, look, this is the Ferris wheel.
Oh, nice.
The
Yeah.
wheel here is the beginning of the amusement park. The Prater is a big area. It was in the time where the emperor was living. It was the hunting area of the emperor. Yeah, and after then they open for the normal people, for the Viennese, and at the beginning is the amusement park. There are parts of the amusement park older than more than 100 years, really. But it was in the Second World War very destroyed. But some events are more than 100 years old. Some attractions.
Yeah, because the first wheel is pretty old, right? It's been there a while.
But yes, but forget it. The Ferris wheel. Yeah. You need more than half an hour for one.
Oh, to get on the line.
Yes. You see, there's so many. What is the name? Gondel. Yes, we say.
Oh yeah.
Come on. They stop. The people going out, going in. Then make a turn. The next gondel stop. The people going out, going in.
Takes a long
You can
time.
be 45 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Why don't you try out?
So, and here you go in. Here is the best way. So
this is where the wax museum is, Madame?
yes,
Tussauds?
here.
Yeah.
Here.
Right in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's the
Awesome.
best entrance. So, sir, you see, it's 1850.
Awesome. What's your name again?
Werner, it was me.
It was a pleasure.
Pleasure, sir.
Yeah,
No,
for sure. It was nice to
for
meet you.
me. It was-
So you're okay if we put this on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay,
Yes.
good. If you come to Austria, to Vienna,
Maybe, yeah.
look up this taxi guy,
Okay.
alright? Best ride ever.
A pretty young girl see that.
Flower power.
I tell you my address.
Alright, we're gonna pay this man and get out of here. Alright, nice to meet you. Thank you again. Alright, take care.
Have a nice time in Vienna.
Thank you.
It's okay.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Thank
You have a business card?
No, because
No?
I go to the airport, take gas from, and then I go home.
Okay. Alright.
Then it's finished for 1 week.
Alright, take
Thank
care.
you very much.
Bye bye.
Yes.